close are we to a London lockdown or more restrictions?
Well, I think the answer to that depends very much on all of us working together to get the virus down. And when we say how close we are, I think we need to see how the package of measures that we've got in place feed through and whether they start to have.
So it's not in effect.
We're keeping everything under review. What I want to do, and I think what Londoners would want to see, is a balanced approach that tries to keep the economy going as much as we possibly can, keep schools open, but also depresses that R. And the way to do that is for us all to follow the guidance that people know, and really to think very carefully about not transmitting the virus to your neighbours. I don't rule out taking tougher action if we have to, but we want to try to keep as much of life going as normally as possible. People see the balance, and some people are worried about the measures going too far. Some people feel they don't go far enough. On the 10 p.m. Restrictions, look, nobody wants to bring in a measure like that, and I understand the frustration and the fury of people in the hospitality sector who face these restrictions. I understand the frustration of people who want to enjoy themselves, but we have to stop transmission of the virus if we possibly can. And one way of doing that is, obviously there's household transmission, which we've talked about, but there's also a lot of transmission taking place in London between, in hospitality settings. Obviously where.
This is just getting ridiculous. I mean, I've been day off today. I went into town, and I could not believe the amount of people that were masked up. And I don't mean in shops, I mean just walking down the high street. People walking in the open air, masked up. And I would say a good 90% of the population in that town centre were masked up. And Boris is here saying, we need to stop the virus, we need to do this, we need to take these precautions. Everybody is taking the precautions, but it's not going to stop it. It is not going to stop what he intends to do. I still believe by the end of November, we are going to have another major lockdown. And they're talking about London being put into lockdown first, but I can see it being another nationwide thing. And I really do believe that it's going to happen again, and it will be round about the end of November. We shall see. But the amount of people masked up, and they look at me as I'm walking past them. They look at me as if I'm an alien, as if I don't belong, and I don't care. I mean, it's getting bad on the buses and everywhere, and the shops I go into. When I go in there, 9 out of 10 of them every time now say, "Do you have a mask?" And I just say, "I'm exempt." But I never used to get asked, but now when I get on the bus to go to work, when I go in the shops, 9 times out of 10, I'm asked, do I have a mask? So the point I'm making here, people are doing what they're told. The sheep are following the herd, and it's not going to make any difference because Boris is going to do what he's going to do.
Possible to do local measures. You can do local measures, and you see that in the northeast. You see that in Merseyside. I think one of the questions people will legitimately ask about a borough by borough approach in London is how realistic is that, given the big flows across the city, the big movements you see between boroughs. But look, Simon, we're keeping all these things under constant review. But the most important thing is for people to follow the guidelines.